Hi, I'm Ben, and this is my study of chromesthesia, which is when you see colors when you hear sounds. To explore this phenomenon, I built this with 3 knobs you can turn to play sounds through 3 different speakers. When you turn each knob, they play a tone, and the notes are shown on this screen. Meanwhile, we see the color relative to the sound frequency displayed on this neon pixel ring. As we hear each note, the colors are intended to blend on the ring to show you the color of a chord, multiple notes. This is Fig, my buddy who's collaborating with me on this project. We decided we want to take this a little further and get some better results. So we're going to try a new display system. Now we've got our colors circling around this ring like a color comet. And as we push the button, we can change the colors. That's a good start for our new display. It's working pretty good. Fig and I decided to tune in our color equations a little better and maybe try a microphone for the input. This is sure to be some tricky math, so we're lucky to have Dr. Brian Rashap writing some code to help us take the audio inputs from the microphone and find the correct notes. Caroline offered to test the mic for us.
Come on and take it. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. There you go.
Sounds pretty good to me. Next, we'll try using a tone generator to really dial in the notes perfectly for our inputs. In a nutshell, what's happening is if you take a sound and go up 40 octaves higher, that frequency of wave is in the visible light spectrum, and so we can see which color is relative to each note. What we're looking at here is when you see the color red, it's somewhere around a 440, which is an A note. Green is a C, and violet is an E. And just then, Alberto shows up with his vacuum cleaner. So we're going to test the consistency of this sound. We're getting mostly green, which is generally a B or a C note. But we want to be sure this program is working correctly. So we're going to use the tone generator to match the pitch with Alberto's vacuum. That's pretty close, and it's very consistent green, yellow-green color. Alberto stops his vacuum, and then he restarts it up to see if we're consistent with our signal. I'm pretty happy with this because that's a pretty noisy sound going on here, and we're getting a very consistent reading from the microphone in Brian's code. Next, Fig and I update our color code, and then let's run a little test on this. I'll play a G note, I guess, and then we'll check it out on the input. That's a pretty consistent 390 frequency. Next, we'll try walking up the guitar neck, playing higher notes, and expecting to see the colors of the rainbow, which we do. All right, the code and the microphone seem to be working pretty well together. Let's take the face off this amp and maybe mount our pixel wheel right onto it. Now we can try a little electric guitar test. I'm walking up the notes of the scale again, hoping to see a nice stepping through the colors of the rainbow, consistent with the notes I'm playing. Not too shabby. Now I'll noodle around and play some scales that have A notes that are going to turn red. When I play the A note, it turns red. Fig and I are having a good time, and we are starting to really like this thing. But we need something to dress it up a little bit, so we did a laser cut on this acrylic in a wave pattern. Yep, that definitely looks better, with color and sound waves.
Hello.
Yep. If you go.
Ooh. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Thank you, Lisa, for the test. Now I'll do one last test with the electric guitar. Remember to look for those A notes in red. Oh yeah, and I added this feature at the end. Now it fades out when you're not playing. There's an A note in red, and here comes some more. And then a fade out. Now I'm going to see what happens when I play a chord. This is going to be an A minor chord, so we should see a lot of red if it's working right. It's good because it has a lot of notes in the chord, but it's still picking up the red. The SoundFlower is working.